Hey, hi guys, welcome to the session. In this session, we will be understanding about list comprehension. So, list comprehension, instead of writing a big for loop, you can just write inside a just basically, you can write just in one line. So, the syntax of this list comprehension is you need to write a square bracket basically, and inside that square braces, you need to write your expression. The so this is how you write a list comprehension. So as you can see the syntax here, the first one is expression, then the usual for condition, for loop condition, like for item in list, then expression. So this works like this. So let's understand how we can understand this by an example. So suppose I have to pick an element of a list one by one, and then after picking that element I'll print it out. So by for loop, what we can do is we can write for I in that particular list, and then next line print I. So this is how we write in for loop. So instead of writing this in for loop, what we can write, we can write the same in you know or you can say list comprehension. So how this list comprehension we write expression. What is our expression? Just written I for I in what is the list 1 2 7 4 and 5, and then execute it. So as you can see, you're getting the result instead of writing for loop. You just write that particular expression in one line in this way. So let's say I want to take a string, okay, and each element of that string I want to can concat with something called test. So basically Sam is there. I will pick first yes from Sam, and I concat with test. So my output will be S test. Then A will be picked up, A test, then M test. So what my output I want here, that is I plus and string test. So plus here will concat. When you are passing a string, plus operator will concat. And here I am writing my for expression for picking the elements one by one. So if you run this, you will see the result. Let's say I have a list called T, okay, and I want to print numbers which is greater than 100. Okay, if it is not greater than 100, then print no. So for in for loop, how we can write, we have already learned that for I in T, we'll pick one by one each element of T, and then with if and else condition, we will check whether that particular element is greater than 100 or not. If it is greater than 100, then print that particular number, else no. So this is how you can write this in for loop. Now let's see how we can write that particular thing in you know uh, in list comprehension way. So in list comprehension, we write here if statement, okay, and then for loop. So if you see here, if you compare with the for loop, then how it is picked up, it is picked up from the this way, right? If I is greater than 100, then print I. See here, output is this one I. If I is greater than 100, print output, else no for I in end. Now let's say I want to check even an odd condition. Okay, I'll pick a number from 1 to 10, and one by one I'll check whether that particular number is divided by 2 or not, basically divisible by 2 or not. So what I want is output here even. Basically I will write if else condition here. So if else will be written here, then your for statement, right? So if output of if will be this, okay, this particular thing, and else will be like as it is, and then for I in range 1 to 10, and then you can say the numbers 1 will be picked up, okay, that is for I in range, let me see, one thing, 1 minute, for I in range 10, print I. Okay, so 0 will be picked. Yeah, it will. No, we have not specified length, so it will start from 0. So yes, 0 is divided by 2, so even. 1 is odd, 2 is even, 3 is odd, like that it has validated. So you can validate also, right? So suppose if I have to check whether the number is greater than 100, then in that case I will write for I in t, means if you see the pattern here you don't have else, you have just, you know, what to say, if statement. So if you have just if, you write your for here, and if I is greater than 100, print I. So this is the expression if you have only if, and it will return 1 2 3. So which number is greater than 100? You can see 1 2 3 only. Yeah, so after that, yeah, we have discussed this. Now suppose I have a nested for, means for inside a for. So I will write the innermost one here first, okay, and then outer one after that, followed by inner one. So what I want is, I want to print the table of 7 basically. So what I will do is, I will use two loops for, right? So first for loop, which is here, which will pick my number. So what I want is, I want I want to print the table of 7. So range 7 to 8. This range 7 to 8 will give you the number 7. Okay, and this will be picked. After that, that particular number will have to get multiplied by 1 to 10. 7 into 1, 7 into 2, 7 into 3. So what it does is, this will pick 7. This particular loop will give 7. This 7 will come here, and then just, yeah, so this again get multiplied 1 to 10. So I have taken again range function for extracting number 1 to 10. And in output, what I want is, I want the output of first loop I into my second loop, right? So suppose first loop, my first loop has given value 7, and second loop given 1, then 7 into 1. First loop already given 7, second loop given 2, so 7 into 2. So if you have to write a table of 7, you can write it. If you want to table of want to write 8 also, then just increase the range, you will get the both 7 and 8 table. Now this particular logic you can understand by for loop also, for I in range 7 to 8, for j in range 1 to 11. So from I, 7 will be picked up, j 1 will be picked up, then 7 into 1. So this is how it get printed. Now if I have to write a table from 1 to 10, right? So in this case, what you need to do, just change the first loop, that is the top most loop, value 1 to 10. Take the value 1 to 10, and then it will go as it is. So this is how we use list comprehension to compress our code, and is basically if you use this kind of expression, then you need not to write a bigger loop, for loop. You can just do this in one um, particular line. So this is very helpful when you do data analysis, wherein you have to just perform a action on a set of data. Then instead of writing big for loop, you can just write a one line of code, and your job will be done. So this is all about list comprehension.